I had a place in Africa, at the edge of the world, where time moves with the rhythm of the land. Here, under skies too vast to hold, the wild still whispers the ancient truths. In the footsteps of elephants, in the silence of dawn, in the eyes of lions that do not blink. This is not just a journey, it is a return. A return to something primal, something real, where nature writes the story and we are only visitors turning the page. Come with me into the heart of the Masai Mara.
Nansiganya namabiti babo
Kanyama
Nansiganya mabagiti babo
Satyam Kanyama
Hai baba
Kanyama
Siya ko kumba
Kanyama
Hinganyama hingwe na mabala Hinganyama hingwe na mabala Hinganyama hingwe na mabala Hinganyama hingwe na mabala
The day we arrive on the planet
Hinganyama hingwe na mabala
and blinking step into the sun.
Hinganyama hingwe na mabala
There's more to see than can never be seen, more to do than can never be done. There's far too much to take in here, more to find than can never be found. But the sun rolling high in the sapphire sky, and thin and small on the endless ride. It's a circle of life, and it moves us all through despair and hope, through faith and love, till we find our place in the path unwinding, in the circle, the circle of life.
So instead of the two of us, this time we are four. So let's meet the entire crew. Alright everyone, we've just pulled over at one of the most iconic viewpoints in Kenya, the Great Rift Valley. Take a moment and just look at that view. It is breathtaking. This valley isn't just a pretty landscape, it's actually part of a massive geological crack in the Earth's crust called the East African Rift. It runs all the way from the Red Sea down to Mozambique, and right now we are standing right in the middle of it. This place is also incredibly important historically. Some of the earliest human fossils were found right here. That's why they call the region the cradle of mankind. So as we continue our drive to the Masai Mara, think of this valley as not just a natural wonder, but a reminder of how ancient and powerful this land really is. Alright, let's just stretch a little, take some photos, and then we'll get back on the road. So how far is Masai Mara from Nairobi? The Mara is about 225 kilometers or 140 miles from Nairobi, which is Kenya's capital city. If you are traveling by road, the drive takes about 5 to 6 hours depending on the traffic and the condition of the last stretch, some parts of which can be a little bumpy, but it's part of the adventure. If you'd rather skip the long drive, there are daily flights from Wilson Airport in Nairobi to various airstrips in the Mara. The flight takes only about 45 minutes and you will be treated to beautiful aerial views of the Rift Valley and the rolling savannah below. So this is the first game drive that we are going to have in Africa. So we just left the Kikro Lodge and we are on our way into the heart of Masai Mara. Actually, Kikro Lodge is actually in the heart of Masai Mara, and I heard that the great migration happens right here besides this lodge. So off to see the first animals. The evening game drive, which starts at 4 and ends at 6:30. We have checked into this beautiful lodge which is right in the heart of Masai Mara called the Kikro Lodge. And it was the first lodge ever built in the Masai Mara National Reserve way back in 1962. Keekorok is located in the rich wildlife area of the Masai Mara and is directly in the migration paths. During the Great Migration, which occurs from July to October, you can witness herds of wildebeest and zebra passing right by this lodge. And in case you are flying in, it also has a beautiful airstrip nearby and has a gym and a swimming pool as well. Let me now show you a glimpse of what this property looks like, which should give you a fair idea about its location and how close it is to the forest. We saw a hyena and a jackal, a few hippos as well, yesterday night roaming around right over here. And our lodge where we are staying is right there, just about 10 meters away from here. So I'll give you all a quick tour of this room here at the Keekorok, the Muthu Keekorok Hotel. There is a nice lookout here. This is a step above the standard room. The standard rooms have a balcony. This one does not, but it has some French windows, and you can look out into the jungles or the plains directly. It could happen that some of the wild animals and the predators can actually come all the way up to the room. But it is not a tent, so some of these accommodations in Masai Mara are all tented. So this is not a tent, it's a proper lodge, which is what we wanted. We didn't want to stay in a tent in Masai Mara. So they have a nice divan here, and the room is all quite well decorated, as you can see. There is a queen size bed and a mosquito net, which you can pull it around on all three sides when you sleep. And there is a cooler or a small refrigerator, space for the baggages and all the clothes that you can hang around here. And then this is what the bathroom looks like. Nice bathroom, and the shower, and this is the main door. And then if you open the main door, you go directly outside. It's a beautiful view of the property here. So that is where Akash and Nikhil are staying, 1251, and this is a beautiful view of the property. And over there, that actually leads directly into Masai Mara, right over there. So even the wild animals and the predators can actually venture into the property. Yesterday we saw some hyenas over here, and there is a small post there which says don't go beyond this point. And in the night time we are supposed to call the guards to come and help us to go to the restaurant, because it might not be safe to walk here in the night. We actually saw a hippo right over here yesterday. But not dangerous at all, guys, so there's nothing to worry. There are some lions out there. There are like 4 lions here, and all the vehicles have surrounded the lions so that the lions cannot escape.
Chain is inside near the driver.
So this is the Chewy restaurant in the Kikro Lodge. Let's go inside and see what they have for lunch today. Today? Noodle. Okay, one vegetable noodle. Spicy, very spicy. Yeah? Yeah, all vegetable. And this is sauce for the noodle? Both. Yeah. So let's see what they have for lunch here. Hello, how are you? So as you can actually find a lot of Indian food choices here in Africa. So this looks like aloo matar, but it says butternut and peas. And here they have some chapati, some white chapati and some chana dal. And here you have aloo cabbage and French beans and carrots. And then there are cakes and pastries. So that's what they have for lunch here. The aloo matar is actual aloo matar. Although this is not aloo, they have put some squash or something. And the salads and all are really fantastic. Very nice food, very good.
Fantastic. You would think it's quite hot in Kenya, so you can't eat soup, but it's actually kind of chilly, so the soup is doing amazing. Giraffes walking in the horizon, or their trees? Okay, this is the first time that we're seeing African elephants this close up. I think they've all come over here because there's really beautiful green grass here that they can all eat, as you can see. There's a couple of really small baby elephants that are with the pack. Wow. Look at this elephant coming towards us.
In the next couple of minutes, let me share some spectacular photographs I took at this location. And finally guys, if you like this video, please do like, subscribe and share so that we can continue making amazing content like this.